This is my life.
Good morning. My name is Daryl Wizelman. I don't suspect that you've heard my name before, and you probably don't know my story. But I want to begin by telling you about my desired end result of my time here with you today. It's three-pronged. First of all, I want to inspire you through the telling of my story. The story of my childhood, the building of my business, and the eventual crash of my business. I want to give you some practical tools to help you improve your business and your life. And finally, I want to leave you with a sense of hope. And that's what my goal is today. I want to start by telling you a little bit about the story of my childhood. I grew up in Southern California in a suburb. My parents got a divorce in 1975 when I was 10 years old. And I have twin brothers who are 3 years younger than me. And even at a very, very young age, when I was 10, I felt a strong sense of responsibility for these two kids. That sense of responsibility has carried over throughout my entire life. Through my childhood, through adolescence, through young adulthood, through my time being a business owner, I felt a keen responsibility for the people that worked with me and for me. In 1990, the biggest break of my professional career came. I was introduced and met a guy named Randy Levine. This guy was an ex-accountant. We got along great right from the start, and we ended up becoming partners in a mortgage company called United Pacific Mortgage. When we started, the company had a few people, 4 people. But over 17 years, we built this company and a sister company that we created called Mandalay Mortgage into companies that closed over $3 billion a year in annual mortgage volume, generated $60 million a year in revenue, and employed over 550 people. But the pride didn't necessarily come with the financial rewards. The pride came from the culture we created, the feeling inside the company, the way people felt about coming to work there. We cared about them, and they genuinely knew that. And they cared about us, and we knew that. And that is what made this company a great company to work for. The first employee we ever hired, Melanie Tyler, 1990, was there until the very last day. The first loan officer, Brian Berg, we ever hired, 1990, there, 17 years until the last day. And there was a lot of people in between who stayed for years and years and years and were loyal to us because they felt like we cared about them and that our interest was their interest. And that culture was part of why the subprime meltdown that occurred during 2006 was so emotionally painful. In 2006, as we all know, the mortgage business began to take a turn for the worst, and we closed our subprime mortgage company, Mandalay Mortgage, in 2006 and let several hundred people go. It was a very, very painful emotional experience because I had so much of who I was tied up in what I did. I defined myself so much by how much money I made, how many people I was able to influence, the size of my office, all the different offices around, all the people that were looking up to me for leadership. And to a great degree, it defined me, and that also hurt me very much emotionally, and still is a price that I'm paying even today. With all the turmoil in the subprime space, and after Mandalay closed in 2006, we still had United Pacific Mortgage, our baby that we had started in 1990. But we were getting increasingly nervous that the mortgage meltdown would lead to the disintegration of United Pacific Mortgage as well. So we began to look around for a suitor to buy United Pacific Mortgage from us. There were various companies who were interested, but we had a very long-standing relationship with Countrywide. The guys who led Countrywide lived in the same neighborhood that we lived in. Their corporate office is in Calabasas, California, the town that I live in. We felt like we had a strong relationship with them. They made all kinds of promises to our employees and our loan officers. Promise after promise after promise that made it too hard not to go there. They were the safe port in a storm, so we thought. So I got in front of all my people in July